Welcome to the Lair of the Unknown, my friends, the darkest channel where reality becomes fascination. I am your host, the Dark Lord, and when I'm not conjuring evil demons from the realms of hell, I am here in my lair talking about, well, awesome topics. Let me tell you something, my friends. A few years ago, I started thinking about things I did not want to think about. Things that had to do with imagination and questions I did not want to think about. One of the questions I thought was, what is life? Why were we chosen to live the life that we live? Are we really spirits or souls that reside inside a bag of human bones and flesh? Everybody lives with a different kind of mind and mindset, although some people think with the same kind of views and beliefs as others. I was thinking significantly hard about this stuff, which gave rise to more things I would discuss during these episodes. Of course, when many people try to find out what happens when you die, but one thing I know is that very few people ask the question, what is death? Is it the beginning of the end, or is it just plain the end of your life? In my opinion, I really hope that there is something more to death than just the end, because if it is just the end, that wouldn't be too creative of life to do that to us, I'm just saying. Thinking about life and what it is one thing, and thinking about death and what it is another question. Now, one question that is actually easy to answer is this. Why do we fear death so much? That is easily answered because no one has any idea what happens when you die, and that's exactly why we fear dying. People who believe in God, Jesus, and heaven say that we go to heaven when we die and claim that it's a better place. But if that is the case, wouldn't we all commit suicide because death is a better option than life? You see, we can't all believe that death is actually a better place than living, because most of us love life greater than death. And most would choose living the rest of our life rather than ending our lives sooner. Now, if we do come back as ghosts or spirits, is there any chance we could contact and communicate with our loved ones besides using a Ouija board? There probably is ways we could. However, most times that spirits would try to contact us would be by leaving signs from the life that they lived to us via things like seeing them in our dreams, or noticing movement of objects connected to their lives in certain positions we would definitely recognize. Another way supernatural forces attempt to contact us is the way of spirit photography. What is that, you say? Spirit photography is when you take pictures of a specific place that is supposedly haunted and notice certain orbs and shapes of ghosts inside them. This would be a great way for spirits to communicate with us, letting us know if they are trying to tell us something or even trying to warn us of something that might happen to us in our current lives. A great example of this kind of contact will be the 2008 movie Shudder. Let's take a peek at that film real quick. And how often does catching a ghost in a picture occur? Well, of course, many people fake spirit photography for money, but then again, sometimes it does work. But how often can you say? I'd say you have a good chance of catching spirits in photos happens the most at a most haunted location, such as a prison or hotel. Now let's discuss Gettysburg, PA. Of course, everyone knows that the Battle of Gettysburg was the bloodiest battle of the Civil War, which makes it a hotspot for ghostly activity, and it also makes it a hotspot for spirit photos as well. Some might ask which part of Gettysburg is the most haunted. It's simply answered, it would be the Devil's Den, due to it being the spot where ravenous fighting and bloodshed occurred. Why the hell is it called the Devil's Den? Because the cracks that were between the borders of the den were supposedly home to an enormous snake called the Devil, hence the Devil's Den. But the true history behind the name remains a mystery. I, the Dark Lord myself, had the privilege of journeying to Gettysburg, PA in my teen days. And I also went on a ghost tour of the place. I did not get the exciting chance of encountering any paranormal activity on this vacation, but I did feel an otherworldly presence, and therefore believe that Gettysburg, PA is a great place to keep paranormal hope alive. The case files of Ed and Lorraine Warren are of course filled with their encounters with the paranormal and the unsolved. But there is also something else that gets discussed a lot with their work, and that is the famous Annabelle doll still currently residing in a glass case and their stash of other paranormal belongings. The Annabelle doll became an icon of their different investigations into the otherworldly places, but what you may not know is that in reality the Annabelle doll is actually a Raggedy Ann doll, which in real life is not as scary-looking or as attractive as portrayed in the films. However, it became the main enemy and title character of the 2014 film Annabelle. Let's take a peek at that. In 1999, the film named The Blair Witch Project was released, and it became the film that gave rise in popularity to the found footage genre of horror, and was supposedly based on a true story, which is later on proved to be fiction. Let's watch a teeny bit of that for a second.
I just want to apologize to Mike's mom, and Josh's mom, and my mom. And I'm sorry to everyone. I was very naive. I am so sorry for everything that has happened. Because in spite of what Mike says now, it is my fault. Because it was my project. And I insisted on everything. I insisted that we weren't lost. I insisted that we keep going. I insisted that we walk south. Everything had to be my way.
This film ultimately led to the highly popular Paranormal Activity series, beginning with the first film released in 2009. This film is a great example to what may actually happen when you and your home gets invaded by a demonic presence. Let's watch a clip. One big question that I think a lot about is this. Is there any record of demonic possession cases before the supposed birth of Jesus Christ? What I am asking is this. Is that in ancient history, there obviously wasn't Jesus of Nazareth, aka Jesus Christ, written about until the AD period. So if there was a demonic possession cases, how were they supposed to exorcise a demon from the human vessel? Were they just supposed to pray to just God, or did they have another method of exorcism? Keep in mind that many famous rulers ruled land before the birth of Jesus, such as Julius Caesar and Cleopatra, and let's not forget King Leonidas of Sparta. Think about that real hard for a while. Alright, my friends, that wraps things up on my paranormal discussion. Now, the next couple of topics on my YouTube channel will be discussing things outside the world of cryptozoology. And might I add, this next topic will be much more interesting than my previous topics, such as the Jersey Devil topic. Join me next time, my friends, when I discuss that there is a connection between media violence and real-life violence, also known as world violence. Ciao, bitches.